All right, so let's talk about the first piece to this puzzle of figuring out your goals, achieving your goals, and making it a lasting thing that you never fall back again. So first word we're going to cover is clarity. Excuse me. All right, clarity. You need to become crystal clear on what your goals are. This cannot be vague at all, so you got to take some time to meditate on this. As soon as you're done watching this video, get a piece of paper out, get a pen out, and actually work through this. It's going to change everything for you. If things are vague, you have no idea what you're working for. So if you just say your goal is to lose weight, well, how much weight? Do you want to lose 10 pounds? Do you want to lose 30 pounds? Do you want to lose 50 pounds? And just losing weight alone isn't enough. Like, why do you want to lose weight? Let's say you choose 140 pounds as the number you want to see on the scale, because everyone, that's the go-to. Like, everyone has a number that they want to see on that scale. But it's not just that you like the way that number looks. There's a reason why you choose that number. And the reason is probably because it's tied to a feeling that you had in the past when you used to weigh that it brought you remember being happy, and you remember having confidence and just joy in your life, and that's how much you weighed. So your goal might not actually be to weigh 140 pounds. Your goal may be that you want to have confidence, and you want to be happy, and you want to be proud of yourself, and you want to feel strong, and you want to feel unstoppable, where nothing takes you down. Like, you're unshakable, you got this, a warrior. So the goal might actually be all of that, and it'll make you happy to achieve that regardless of what your weight is. So you have to get very specific on this, okay? Being crystal clear on what you want for your long-term big picture goals and your small goals, your right now goals. So let's break that down. Your big picture goal is what you ultimately want in life. And if you've never thought about this is something that you need to do. You need to have whether it's a lifetime goal or a 10-year goal or a 5-year goal. Sometimes it's hard for people to be big dreamers, and maybe you can't see how you want things to look in 10 years. That's too far for you. But in the next year, maybe. How do you want your life to look? What do you want your body to look like? Do you want to have a toned body? Do you want your clothes that you have in your closet to fit you really well, so that when you get dressed every day and you look in the mirror, that you are proud of what you see, and you're like checking yourself out and taking selfies, smiling, but not just smiling from your mouth, smiling from your eyes, like complete joy. You wake up every day and you are just so excited for your life. You're happy to be you. You're happy to go to work and make a difference. You are so proud of all of it. Like, you just couldn't ask for anything better. Is that what you want? Like, you have to think about every detail. How do you dress? You know, the person, once you meet this ultimate goal person, how does she dress? How does she speak? How does she carry herself? Her posture? What's her job? What kind of car does she drive? How does she interact with other people? You know, all of these things are important, because maybe right now you're shying away from people, you're kind of timid, you don't take pictures because you don't like what you see. But the person you want to become is bold and brave and gets out there and just lives life and dances and has fun and doesn't worry about what she looks like. So this is your time to think about that really big picture goal. This is going to take some time too. So it shouldn't be under a year. Okay? Once you have that goal, it's like setting a wedding date. You can work backwards. When you're getting married, you can't book your venue and the florist and invite people to a wedding if you don't have a wedding date. So the first thing you have to do is book your wedding date. So that goes up here. This is like your final thing. All right, we're working towards this date. Once you have this date, then you can book the venue. Then you can book your florist. Then you can do the photographer, and you can do the food and start asking people to be in your wedding and all that. So you work backwards. It's the same thing with your big picture goal. You need to know where you're headed first to be able to line up all those steps that are going to get you there, okay? Otherwise, where are you going? You have no idea. You don't know how, you wouldn't even know like where to put your next step if you don't know where you're walking to. So the big picture goal, that's the first thing on your homework to do. Then you need your small goal, because you need some wins. You need a right now win. If we have to wait a year or 5 years or 10 years before we can get excited about things, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna fall off. We're humans. We want gratification right now or yesterday if we could grab that, right? Can we have lost weight yesterday? Like, hey, I decided I have these goals. Can I have already achieved them? Like, I don't wanna wait. That's why quick fixes are always a thing, because people can't, that we have zero patience. Okay, so your short-term goals. What would make you really happy if you achieved it in the next month? If a month scares you, don't let it. You know time flies by. So maybe it's like, I want to lose 5 pounds. I feel like 5 pounds would be really motivating. Or like, it would be really awesome if I had more energy. Or I would be really proud if I worked out every day for the next 30 days. I'm gonna give myself Sunday off, but Monday through Saturday, I'm gonna make myself proud. That's what I want for my 30-day goal. Or maybe your 30-day goal is like, I wanna see if I can fit into these jeans a little bit better. Right now, they're kind of snug. I wanna see if I can make some room in them. Or it's maybe to journal every day. Like, you wanna have a gratitude, you wanna have a more grateful heart. So you have to incorporate a gratitude practice. So what is something, and don't think about goals of like what you think I want you to achieve or what you think society says you should achieve. We're not worried about society and social media because everything out there is fake anyway. You need to know in your heart what's gonna make you happy. What is going to make you overjoyed? What is gonna make you excited to be you? That's what we need to write down. So what you can do is get out a piece of paper and write down every idea that comes to mind. I hope as I've been talking, you're flooded with happy emotions and you're flooded with excitement and hope, and you've already been like thinking of things to write down. If so, get your paper out now. You don't have to listen to me talk. This is about you. All right, so write down every single thing that you want to be, every single thing you want to achieve. And this is not the time to put restraints on yourself. So if you have a thought and you're like, oh my God, that would be awesome, and then you immediately are like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Write it down. Write it down. Don't talk yourself out of anything, because there's nothing too big for you to achieve. And you might not believe that right now, but I know that for a truth, and I'm gonna have you know that also. Because as you go through this program, you're gonna start revealing how strong you are to yourself. You will discover that. And right now, your goal is a big goal, but once you achieve it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what else can I do? And your eyes are open to what is possible, okay? So write it all down on this piece of paper. Okay, next thing we need to talk about is your commitment, because these goals are not gonna achieve themselves on their own. You already know that, which is why you're here. So everything you've been doing in the past that has led up to this moment has gotten you to a place where you're like, I'm fed up with this. I want something more. I want better for my life. I want the next level, okay? So everything you did before, we're just gonna not worry about that anymore. And we're gonna be committed from this point forward. So you can forgive yourself for all the mess ups. We're not worried about that. We're not here to self-sabotage. We're not here to beat ourselves down. We're here to lift ourselves up. None of that defines you. Your past experiences aren't who you are. It's just something you went through. We all are growing up. Doesn't matter what your age is, you're growing up and learning things every day. So who you are in elementary school doesn't even compare to the woman you are now. Who you were in high school doesn't even compare to who you are now. Who you were even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, does not compare to the woman you are now. And the woman you are becoming is already so proud of you right now for being brave enough to take these steps to move forward, okay? So you have to decide right now that you are that woman and that you're gonna be committed. The problem with people quitting programs, and I know you can relate to this because we've all done it, gain and lose the same 5 pounds over and over again. Every time a new program comes out, you're like, oh, I wanna jump on that. This will be the new thing that like helps me finally lose it. And it's because at some point, you go from committed, all in, I'm so disgusted with myself, I wanna do anything to change, and I'm all in. And what happens is it takes work, excuse me. And when it gets hard, instead of digging your heels in and having complete resolve that you are gonna do this no matter what, you take it easy on yourself. You let yourself slide. And when you let yourself slide once, it's easier to let yourself slide twice. And when you let yourself slide twice, it's easy to do it 3 times. And once you've done that, then you're starting to create habits. You know, if you had a friend that you always made plans with and she never showed up, you'd make dinner plans. You're sitting there at the restaurant. She's like, oh, sorry. I know that I'm already late, but like I couldn't make it because the kids and, you know, then I got a flat tire. And then you set another date and she can't make it to that one too because she started her period. And, you know, some like, eventually you would just be like, I can't rely on you. That's what happens when you quit on yourself. Maybe nobody else knows when you quit, but you know. And you start to tell yourself that you're not worthy of what you want, that you're not strong enough to work for it, and that you're a quitter. You drill that message into yourself every time that you become unreliable to yourself. So the number one person that you need to be able to count on is yourself. That's why right now when you're excited about your goals and you also have that disgust feeling sitting with you, this is when you decide that I'm gonna do this no matter what. And when you absolutely fully commit and you can look yourself in the eye and say, I'm gonna freaking do this. And I don't care how hard it gets because I can't go back to that again. I'm so tired of that. I'm so sick of my own bull. I cannot be fat anymore. I can't feel like this every time I get dressed. I can't be unhappy like this anymore. I can't go back to that. I can't do it. When you get to that point and you say, I refuse to do this anymore. I deserve better and I'm gonna be committed no matter what. And I'm gonna become that person. 100%. I know it's gonna be hard. I know I might fall down, but I'm gonna get back up, and I'm deciding that right now. I'm not gonna let myself talk myself out of this. When you do that, you'll do it. Because you're fully committed and you know what to expect from yourself. You know that it's gonna be hard and you're going to keep doing it. You know you're gonna be invited to dinners and you can go and you're still gonna eat healthy food. You know that some days you're not gonna wanna work out, but you're disciplined, so you're gonna show up anyway. Because the woman who you want to be needs to be unleashed. She's so proud of you and she wants you to see how proud you can both be of her, but you have to unleash her, and the way to do that is through work. And you can't quit on her because she's up there waiting for you and she's like, come on, you're almost there. Come on, you're almost there. Okay? Toe dipping is just, it gives you an out. When you say that you're gonna try, that try is not resolve. That try is a built-in excuse. So when things get hard and you have a valid reason for quitting that nobody would fault you on, maybe somebody dies in your family, maybe something happens financially and you lose all your money, maybe you get fired from your job, maybe your kids are acting up, maybe your spouse leaves you. I mean, these are extremes and they happen all the time in life, and it would be a valid reason for you to quit on your goals that nobody would fault you. They'd say, you know what, you're right. You got a lot going on. It's okay, take it easy on yourself. No, don't take it easy on yourself. You've been taking it easy on yourself, which is why you're here and you're fed up. This is where you resolve, you're committed. You're like, I'm gonna do this no matter what because that woman up there is still waiting on me. She's like, you've got this. I know it's hard right now, but if you could see the view up here, you have to keep working. Come on, I'm here. Just reach up. You know, I'm gonna help pull you up. You gotta keep going. I'm counting on you because I can't come out until you get to this person. Don't quit on her. You deserve to be her. You deserve to have the life that you've always dreamed of, the freedom from whatever it is that's holding you back. Not having confidence, feeling unworthy, feeling fat all the time. So commit. That's the only way you're gonna do this. Think about dipping your toe in the pool when you're toe dipping. You're on one foot and you're like dipping your toe in the water. You're off balance. You could fall in either way. But when you stand firm and you're like, I'm doing this, there is no toe dipping. I'm jumping all in. You're all in. You're committed. You're going to get it done. It's a complete mindset shift. Next up, understanding where you're starting from and the work it's going to be. If it were easy, you would have already achieved it. If it were easy, everyone would be a complete success story. Everyone would have the body they want, the energy they want, no depression, no obesity, no poverty. It's going to take work, and that's okay. I promise 0 easy solutions, because you know what happens when you're promised an easy solution? You're waiting for it. And when it gets hard, you start to think, well, this is too hard. I thought this was gonna be easier. Maybe this is just, maybe I can't do it. Maybe I'm not built for this. I'm not cut out for it. They said it was gonna be easy. Nothing's been easy. That's why there's no promises on easy. I can guarantee that it won't be easy. I can guarantee there'll be more days than not that you're like, oh, I don't wanna go to the gym. I don't wanna eat this healthy food. I just wanna lay here. I give up. But you know what happens in that moment when you're having that weak moment of I give up? You think back to that commitment you made. That person that's up there, the woman that's dying for you to unleash her. And you just don't accept that excuse from yourself. There is no trying. I'm going to do it. No matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, I will get there. I am not going to quit. And you know what else? That no matter how long it takes, you can't use that as a crutch either. Because sometimes you'll say, well, I fell down. I'm gonna get back up. I'll start over. No, when you fall down, you don't give yourself time to get back up. You get back up. As soon as your back hits the ground, you spring up and you spring into action. Okay? Keeping your goals in front of you. Last part to this. If you keep it in front of you, if you constantly see it, you will achieve it. If you never think about it, or you think about it every now and then, it's out of sight, out of mind. Think about the junk food in your house. If it's sitting there on the counter, if you got cookies on the counter, it's like, cookies, cookies, come take a bite, I'm over here, ba, 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 ba. And it's staring you down all the time. Makes it hard to pass it up, right? Get rid of the cookies. It's the same thing with your goals. If you get a sticky note and you write your goals on your bathroom mirror, sometimes I write them, look, I have writing on my hand right now. I write it on my hand so that I see it every day. I know what I'm fighting for. I write it on my agenda. I write it on the calendar in my office. I'll make it as my screensaver on my phone. This is why we post all the time in our Facebook group, because you keep your goals right in front of your face. It's the fitness cookies that are like, I'm over here. This is your goal, looking all fine, feeling strong, confidence, come over here, come take a bite. Keep your goals in front of your face. Write them everywhere you can. Talk about them as often as you can. Let everyone know what you're gonna achieve. When you're talking to somebody, you're like, you know what, I started this new program, I'm so excited because I'm going to become this fit person. I am working out, I love the way I feel. Like, talk about it. Don't hide it. You're gonna achieve it. Okay, that's what I got for you today. Clarity. Take some time right now to do this work. Your big goals, big picture goals, your 1 month goals. What will make you super happy, thrilled, can't believe I did this. I'm so pumped. I'm so proud of myself that we will be celebrating in 1 month. What are those goals that you want to achieve? And it doesn't have to be one. Write them all down, okay? Think about the person you want to become. Write down all the characteristics that she is, everything that she embodies. Write it down, because you are going to become her. And you're not going to wait to become her. You're going to start acting as her right now. All right? Think about the commitment. And choose a word. Maybe your word could be commitment. Maybe your phrase is never back down. Choose a phrase or a word to go with this that highlights your mindset, that you're gonna fall back on every time that weaker side of you comes out. And you're like, nope, committed. Not gonna back down no matter what, whatever it takes. I have a shirt that says that. And then keep your goals in front of you. So go write them down. Take a picture of yourself now if it's you want to change your physique and make it your screensaver. You can go into Canva and write some words over it. Write your goal over it so it's constantly in your face. All right? I'm so excited. Get crystal clear on what you want, and we're going to achieve it. Have a great day.